Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. This is going to be a quick check-in, and the check-ins are going to get a little bit quicker because I've got a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to just make sure that we are checking in. But if you've been following me for a while, you know, keeping it short and sweet is, I like to get to the bottom of things. And the bottom is very, very deep when you're talking about twin flame. And we have a masculine who's being very quiet here. Thank you to everybody who is here. I appreciate everybody's ongoing support and patience. For those of you who have or will like, share, subscribe, comment, donate, in whatever way you support, it is all appreciated, even the haters. So thank you, because you know who you are. All right, what's going on, masculine? Come on. I feel like there's a feminine who's kind of like, cat got your tongue? Like, speak to me. What do you got? And this is a masculine. Yeah, see the strength card right here? This feminine is like, say something, I'm giving up on you. This masculine they're working on a very solid offer. So when it's a solid offer or investment, it's going to take time. Because they want it to be right. They see you as the Empress feminine, so they don't want you to be disappointed. They're trying not to disappoint you. Maybe this is someone who has disappointed you in the past, or they just don't want to. We'll look into that a little bit. See, here goes the rabbit hole. What's going on with this quiet ass masculine? Could have Virgo placements, but they are in the Hermit energy. They almost tried to flip back into the deck. This is also there's a little bit of discouragement here on the feminine side, where it feels like the feminine is going into hermit mode. It's like, well, if you're going to be quiet, I'm going to be quieter. And whether you have met this person or not, it doesn't feel like it's out of spite. It's just the single world, if you're out there dating or anything, it's discouraging. The world is discouraging. But there's work to be done here. So feminines, use this time to work on things that, you know, projects, your health, your wealth, your fitness. Like, get Fergalicious with it, because that's what the Empress does. Just because you are an Empress or an Emperor, a divine feminine or masculine, divinity is not attained or obtained. It is maintained, right? Because we are always tested. The closer we get to God, the closer the devil gets to us, right? The closer that we get to the light, the darker our shadows try to get, because they're like, no, not the light. Don't go there. Okay, the masculine could be dealing with a water sign feminine, because we have the 10 of Wands and this Ace of Cups. I was looking at it as the Queen of Cups. It's the Ace of Cups. So there is a need for this masculine to do some more nurturing of the self, because they could be in some sort of connection with a feminine that is of a lower vibration, and like attracts like, right? So this masculine is working on their stability, their health, their wealth, their happiness, their value system, because they got into something. They've been giving to things that don't align with their values. So they've had to go in and question through that hermit mode, through that self-inventory and analysis. And Virgo is the why kid of the zodiac. They're going to ask a million questions of themselves. And it's like they're putting this player energy to rest. They're putting this like sensual, sacral energy to rest with all the wands here. It's like, oh, I've just been not thinking right, you know. I've been led by my wand too many times, and it's put me in this place where now I need to nurture myself. Like, I need to give to my own Queen of Cups, my own feminine water energy. This masculine could have a lot of water placements, or strong water placements, because there's, you know, their moon sign could have that because the Queen of Cups is Cancer, and so there's this, like, their moon could be in Cancer. They could have strong Cancer placements. We also have Pisces here with the Neptune, with the seahorses, which are Neptune. Also, this could be somebody, because the seahorse is the male carries the children. So this could be like a masculine with other priorities. Could be children, but it could be some sort of creativity that they need to nurture in themselves. Ooh, there could be travel involved. It's like someone's been up in the clouds, and not in a divine way, right? They haven't been up there asking their angels for support, but I think they've just been like delirious almost. So it's like they're looking around going, oh wait, like because the moon represents lack of clarity, and it's like that lack of clarity, or that, you know, Cancerian energy, water energy in itself, Pisces as well, it's all about the third eye, intuition, following the heart with that Chariot. And this masculine feels like they are, and this is the feminine side of things, so it's like this feminine, I feel like you know that this is what this masculine is doing, because I just realized, like, this is like the feminine. Also, feminines, you might be basing a lot of your worth, your value, on being chosen or being selected, but the masculine sees you as the Empress, so it's like you need to remember that you are the Empress. So continue to maintain that frequency, because that's what's going to call your Emperor in. That's what's going to call this masculine. It's like you're both basing, like you both want to be chosen by each other. And there is a lack of clarity here that's sort of, it's like you're basing confusion and lack of clarity, because that's what the moon represents. It's something that is not fully illuminated by the sun, and it's clarifying strength. So there's Leo energy here, but it's not the sun. So it's not clarity, right? And with this Eight of Pentacles clarifying the Empress, there are these gears, all these cogs in the works are sun. They're little suns. Someone could have a sun, be a sun, but the sun is the happiest card in the deck. So it's like you need to work on your own happiness. And with the fire here, that's like forging the fire. Someone could have strong Sagittarius placements, but that's the crown chakra. So it's like if you've been up in the clouds or feeling delirious, feeling foggy, feeling confused, there's a need to clarify, or bring clarity through talking with Source. Whatever your connection, however you connect with Source, however you do that. Maybe comment below how you connect with Source. We have the King of Wands though, so it is a masculine. Again, I get like it could be like a single father, because this masculine has 3 children here, or 3 little goblins. Maybe you're going to build a family with this person. Maybe that's what this masculine desires with the feminine. But the masculine in Wands energy goes after what they want. And I feel like with the Ten of Wands, they've been going after what they want, but what they wanted was not of a higher realm. So it's like, oh, they were really close though, because it's like they were up in the clouds, and then they looked around and went, oh, well, since I'm up here, I might as well talk to my angels, my guides. I might as well talk to spirit because I'm up here. So there is kind of like them having this epiphany and looking around and going, oh, I'm like right there. I was so close all this time, but I was looking in a different direction. So this could be somebody that you already know, but there's like, it's an unexpected connection. But the masculine is having this revelation first, I feel, because they're looking at the Empress. And the feminine feels like there's some confusion and some self-work going on here. Oh, I forget if this is the Two of Pentacles. Or if it is let me go check the book. Okay, it's the Kachina Juggler, which is the Two of Pentacles. what it looked like a major arcana, which is Capricorn energy, the Two of Pentacles. It's about balance, seeing eye to eye, being compatible, being like partners, equals. There's no competition here. Maybe there was some sort of competition. I was just watching the movie Eternity, which made me cry. It's so good. And it is a competition. There's a part where it's like, this isn't a competition. And then they're like, yeah, that's literally what this is. So there could be a choice between two masculines or two feminines in the movie. It is between two masculines. There could be it's hard because her choice is between her first husband, which died in the war. So, I mean, there could be like an ex trying to return, and then her current husband, which is also her late husband. Both of her husbands died before her, but she dies a week after her second husband, which she was with for 65 years. So anyway, so they go to the afterlife and she has to choose who she's going to spend eternity with. So that's the premise of the movie. Elizabeth Olsen's in it, Miles Teller's in it, and then I don't know the other guy's name. Miles Teller is a Pisces, and it's funny because they try to make him out to not be like super handsome, which I don't know, to each their own, but I think Miles Teller is handsome. Maybe somebody doesn't feel handsome, and that could be that working on their fitness, that Fergalicious thing. I am getting that, like, working on themselves. The matriarch of shields is the Queen of Pentacles, waiting on her lover. I also saw that somebody in a podcast wearing a shirt that was a bear with horns on it, and it said beer, which I love puns. So this person could be very punny or have like dad jokes or like really silly jokes. Because there is someone who's kind of like, because that's like Miles Teller's character. He's always like the funny guy. But he's kind of like grumpy in this, but he is represented as like a very old man. So he's like old spirit, old soul. Someone could have a very old soul, but be also kind of jovial at the same time. So there's like the perfect balance with this Two of Pentacles. I'm getting like, this feminine sees this masculine as the perfect balance. This masculine could be questioning whether or not they're the perfect balance. And that could be why they're taking so long with that Ace of Pentacles. Like, but the Juggler kind of feels like, I had to double check because it felt like the Fool. Like, it's like somebody, they don't want to make a fool of themselves. They don't want to make a fool of this feminine. That's a strange message. Why would they make a fool of the feminine? Two of Cups, they could already be in some sort of union. Spiritualist, Five of Wands, or I'm sorry, Five of Swords. Blocked communication. They don't want to say the wrong thing. Vision Quest, which is the Seven of Cups. This is someone who's really going inside. The Star. They're really healing. They want to make sure that they come in healed, because it's like their shadows have gotten darker and darker. I mean, the deeper you go, the darker it gets. And then there's like a scene in that movie where they're in a tunnel and it's very dark, and she's like the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, like the literal light at the end of the tunnel. But it's like, I don't know, maybe somebody had some sort of near death or something kind of experience, or this could be like an astral expression of this love. It's a strange wording, but it's like this love is very, it feels like the afterlife in the now. It's a future memory. It's like a core memory that was made long after the present moment, which is like, in simplest terms, destiny, right? The Dreamweaver here, this is the one, and okay, so with the Kachina Juggler, like Cochina, in Spanish is pig, right? And I was getting Pigman, Pig Face Man, which is in The Switch with Jason Bateman and not Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston, where he's like, oh, pig face baby man, or whatever. He starts like, there's like a man on the corner who's just like, has Tourette's and is just like saying whatever comes out of his mind. Maybe this person has Tourette's, or maybe this person just like says things all the time that they regret, so they're making sure that they say what they want to say in the right way. So they're really like crafting and molding and tempering their ego and their shadows to make sure that this comes out right. Because it's like they feel like they have one shot. Eminem, you only get one shot, and I believe he's a Gemini, so there's like 8 Mile, the number 8 could be important. August, Flip Turn, something about the flip side of thing, the Flip Turn, the band Flip Turn sings August. August 10th is also a song by Khruangbin. Okay, so Kachina is like pig, so I was getting Pig Face Baby Man, Pig Face Baby Man, Little Boy Man, remember he's like, like somebody feels kind of hideous maybe, like a beast man. And then I was also getting, you know, like pigs could be important here. I'm not sure why, but then like Charlotte's Web with the stars here, which is also, I always get the Dreamweaver in my favorite deck. The High Priestess, I got like it looked like a web behind her, and so I don't know, I love spiders. Maybe somebody has a fear of spiders, but maybe somebody likes spiders because they're really cool. But with the 8 legs, 8 is important here, so there's something about August that's important here with that Leo energy. 8-8 portal, something around that time could be significant. But there's 8 is about cycles, right? So this is creating a new cycle, rewriting the next cycle. I want to do things differently this time around. So if this is somebody returning from the past, could be from a past life. So it's like if they're returning from the past life, then it's like, you know, time is non-linear, so there is a sphere here. It's like a web that spreads out. It's not and goes in at the same time. Because a web looks like it spreads out, but it starts and then it comes in. The way that they create their web is they actually start from the widest points and then they bring it back in. It's a strange message, but I'm just getting something about the way that this love was designed. It's divine, obviously. 17, that is 8. 7, 5, 2, 2, 2, 2. The movie 222, 222 could be significant. There is a third party in there. There's something about a love triangle, but the love triangle in itself is divine. It's divinely orchestrated to bring you two together. So you'll have to, only you know how that applies. And if you feel compelled to share that, open enough to share that, comment below. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. There's something about 3. I mean, the Holy Trinity here. But there's something about like 3 people actually brings this love together. The Magician. Ooh, there are secrets here, but it doesn't feel manipulative because it's the Magician in the upright. It's like time will tell. I don't know why pigs are so significant here. They used pig screams in The Exorcist. There could be something about that. I mean, this being a vegan channel, that could be significant. Maybe there's something about like a pig sanctuary or something about, you know, animal activism. 9 of Wands in the reverse. Somebody's coming out of feeling like the victim. Why? Why are they the victim? Why did they feel like the victim? 6 of Swords. They're bringing in the communication about how they want to get married. They want to lock this down. Judgment. They're ready to face judgment. So pig, I hate when people say like someone, like men are dogs, or oh, they're such a pig, or something like that. It's like, stop degrading animals, because animals are awesome. in my experience, very few men are actually like dogs. Very few people are like dogs, considering that they are so faithfully loyal. We do not deserve them. And dogs spelled backwards, God. There's something about the divinity and the loyalty. And it's like this person knows, like, we've already been together. So in the movie, this is the afterlife. So it's like they're able to explore certain things because it's like, oh, I've already died. Like, I can't die again, right? If this person made a fool of themselves, they're like, I can't make it any worse. Like, I've already done my worst. And if this is a past life connection, they're like, we've already been through the worst of our karma. So now it's time to like face the judgment, because it's like I already know what the judgment is going to say. I already know my person is going to choose me, because if I've chosen them and we're twin souls, then that means they are a reflection of my choice. They are a reflection of my experiences. They are a reflection of me. So instead of dwelling in the shadows of like, oh, they're going to look at all these shadows, they're going to look at all my faults, the faults in our stars. The Fault in Our Stars, I believe Miles Teller's in that as well, with, what is her name? I'm getting an S. The letter S could be significant here. But she's also in Endings, Beginnings, which is a good movie. It's such a cool name, why can't I remember? Anyway, I don't know her sign, but maybe those signs are significant. The Fault in Our Story. Yeah, somebody didn't feel good enough, but then they're like, maybe they were pedestalizing the other, and then they realized, oh wait, like, if I can put my person, the reflection of me, the divine reflection of me, on this pedestal, that means I'm also on that pedestal. And I always say, don't put me on a pedestal unless you're willing to help me up there. Like, climb up there with me, because if you see all that beauty in the other person, that means, like, the external world's a reflection of our internal world. So if you can see beauty in the world around you, then there's beauty in you. That same beauty that you see. Just like if you're in that victim mentality, all the ugliness you see around you is the ugliness that you see, that you need to, like, heal within yourself. So this person is coming out of that victim mentality of the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. Maybe somebody was in war. Korea could be important here. So I'm just getting that movie. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking it out. But it's like, this love is eternal. You're already destined to be together. Like, the wait is over. Let's get one more from the feminine. The Five of Swords is coming out twice, so there could be a blockage in communication. But on the masculine side, it's wish fulfillment. I feel like the feminine is pretending to mirror the masculine, but all they want is for the masculine to come to them. So there's a need for honesty of the self, like, instead of going like, I don't even want them, because you get the sense like they're not coming now, or they're not, or like they're not coming, they're coming now. But now is in the present, and now is in the present, and now is in the present, right? So now is always of the past and the future. It's such a fleeting moment. That's why you must always be here, be now. The name Ray could be important. Aries energy, which is the Emperor and the Fool, and the Tower. So Mars energy is here, is prevalent here. But Ewan McGregor, Aries, but I thought he was a Sagittarius for a very long time, because he was, until the Matrix shifted. Just saying. And speaking of the Matrix, we've got the Hermit, again, which is Virgo energy, Keanu Reeves, and the Four of Wands. So that's that 11-11. Something about this choice. There is a choice here, because the Two of Pentacles represents, like, you could take either path, but it's like you've already taken the path that leads you to this person. And the path that led you to this person also put you at this I was gonna say fork in the road, but then Horcrux almost came out. So it's like this person is like a link to your soul. And just like Voldemort put all of his, and just like Lord Sauron, like there's something about a ring that's important here. A ring is round, it has no end, that's how long I want to be your friend. This could already be a friend, but this is your best friend, so this is someone who's going to, like, that loyalty is going to be there, that trust fund, fidelity, serendipity. There's a lot of serendipity around this connection, where the friend says the fidelity bank is like when the trust is broken, like they close your bank account for free. So there could have been some sort of infidelity in the past. Maybe something about like once a cheater, always a cheater, which is not true, because our choices in the now determine our future, because the now is the future and it's of the past as well. Wow, there's something about the link between the past and the future being inevitable, being indecipherable. There is no separation between the two. But these are all movies where there's a choice. And there's a wedding involved. There's a bride. I'm seeing, the white gown. There's something about a white dress could be important under the Tuscan sun. Somebody could have a dream of you. They could have dreamt of you in a white dress or in like in something white robes, which gives me more temperance energy. It's like angelic. They had a vision, a prophecy, a prophetic dream, a portentous dream about you. More Pisces energy, more of the third eye. The third eye is strong, the force is strong with this one. So, Star Wars. The spiritual warfare here is very strong between the dark and the light. But again, there's something about like Voldemort, Darth Vader, the dark side, you were created from the darkness. Bane, also Virgo energy, Tom Hardy. Hardy, Heart, and Hearth. My oldest sister, Libra, October 11th. She used to go Hardy, Heart, Heart, like as a mockery. So it's like, yeah, somebody's like someone like makes little jokes and you kind of, I feel like you're just like an old bickering couple, but in a very adorable way. Like, it's not mean, it's not competitive. You're just like, I see you just kind of rolling your eyes at like how ridiculous your person is, but it's because of the love you have for them. So you are going to grow old together. I am getting the 10 of Pentacles here, but the 10 of Swords has to come first. Self-deception has to come first. You were molded from darkness. You came from the darkness. You came from this judgment, which made you afraid that your person would never choose you, that you were never going to be chosen, that you were always going to be rejected or like turned away from the gates. This person is your like salvation. I'm getting someone about, maybe somebody could be 40 years old, but it's like something about planning this for 40 years, 40 nights, 40 days, 40 something, maybe 40 days is important, which what is that, Josh Hartnett? Heart is very important here. Maybe the band Heart, maybe somebody listens to that music, like that 80s music, synthwave, pop music, could be important. Somebody could be cleaning their house, because that's the kind of music that I put on when I'm cleaning my house. The Tower, 4 of Pentacles. I feel like the waiting is the biggest tower here. The Tower is usually represented as being like an abrupt, sudden change, but I feel like the true Tower here is like, when you think about like the princess in the tower waiting on her knight to come and save her, the Tower also represents waiting. It's Scorpio and Aries energy, so it's between the destruction and the creation. the ending and the beginning, endings, beginnings. That is the challenge here, because the Four of Pentacles means reserving your energy, knowing your value system. That's more Virgo energy. The right time. There it is. Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. There's a celebration. You may meet this person at a celebration, or this person is going to ask you out to celebrate. Maybe with some friends. You could already be friends, but I feel like, see, it's like the three. Threes are very important here about I mean, this could be like your Holy Trinity celebrating. The fish is also important here. More Cancer and Pisces energy. A lot of water energy here, but it's leading to this Ten of Pentacles. A lot of feminine energy, because we have the Pentacles and the Cups. Heavy, and there's that Ten of Pentacles. Virgo and Pisces energy as well. Because I'm getting, as I always get with the Ten of Pentacles, growing old together, I always get the wedding, not the wedding date, the wedding singer. But the wedding date could be important too. I don't know what Deborah Messing's sign is. Some kind of red hair. But Dermot Mulroney, I believe, is a Taurus. He was last time I checked. Which is about marriage. It's about the merging of the 5D and the 3D, the Hierophant, traditions, breaking traditions. And that is also like breaking that ancestral cycle, breaking the cycle, breaking out of the darkness, being the cycle breaker. Which, to break a cycle, it's like if you're born into a bad cycle, it's like a bone that never healed, right? You have to re-break it so it can heal properly. It's like you're resetting things. There's a reset, which I just did a vocal fast yesterday on Sunday, which was dedicated to the reset. So if you want to look over on my Instagram, there could be something in there for you. Maybe there's some sort of sign, synchronicity, confirmation in there for you, but you might see that reset, right? You're doing some sort of reset, which is what the Tower will do. It will give you the opportunity to do it. And I feel like it's taken a long time because you've been so focused on the waiting versus the inevitability that this is coming together in divine timing with the 1111. All right, which is scorpionic energy. 1111. Remember the 5th of November. The 5th of November could be important here. He is also, Hugo Weaving is in Lord of the Rings and The Matrix, which I mentioned both of those. I mention them both quite often anyway. But that's also Neo, right? Virgo energy. And I don't know, I've looked up Hugo Weaving several times. I don't remember what he is. Is he a Taurus? He might be. The throat chakra. Somebody likes your voice. Four of Swords, King of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, just more like Virgo energy, which is the Hermit, which is somebody coming out of that, because somebody is finally here to offer to the Queen of Pentacles, the Matriarch of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is presenting. So we have a divine pair growing old together, but there is the waiting, the fours here. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Virgo and Aquarius, right? It's the waiting, the healing, the resting period. It's that reset, that emotional reset that needs to happen. And there's a lot of work that is done in there. The shadow work is done in hermit mode. And then when we come out of hermit mode, those shadows kind of rustle back up. The name Russell could be important. Russell Crowe, Aries energy. Gladiator. So I do get this like fighter coming out to fight for love. But they're not presenting with the King of Cups, they're presenting with the King of Pentacles. Which is good with the Hierophant here, right? A lot of Taurus energy, Virgo energy, had some Capricorn. So there's a lot of earth here and water. So there's a lot of emotional clarity and security here, which is what you've always wanted, which is what we all want. So I'll put one more. Wish fulfillment in the moon. Nine of Cups, and then there's 18, which is 9. So those numbers can be important to you. 9, 9, which goes back to 18, which goes back to 9. Again, goes back to each other. It's the circle. This is fated. It's like, it's beyond fated. It's finding your other one. I'm a lone wolf. It's like two lone wolves finding each other. Two hermits finding each other. Also Sagittarius energy with the Archer there, and more of that moon energy, right? So there's clarity, and it's in the sound of your voice. You're going to recognize that this is your person by their voice. Maybe they speak somehow, or they sing, or they call out, but it is like a soul cry. Okay. Sending out an SOS to the world. So there's somebody with that Six of Swords. It's that rescue. It's the coming in fast with this clarity, with this communication that like saves the day. Here she comes to save the day. Here he comes to save the day. Here she comes to wreck the day. There could be a feminine karmic here trying to interfere, but they can't touch this. Not the hammer. This person's ready to do the work. The song Sledgehammer could be important. Yeah, I feel like there's songs of that era that really speak to you. That could be representing your age group, or those songs could be playing when you encounter this person, or when this person comes in with this communication. They could speak to you through music, through poetry. It is written. It is writ on my soul. Also, Elizabeth Olsen is in that movie. Peace, Love, and Misunderstanding. There could be a misunderstanding here with that Five of Swords. That's going to be clarified. And I think it was due to this third party. So, however that resonates with you, hopefully there was something in here for you. Claim it, confirm it. Your specific situation, if it makes sense to you, and you feel called to comment below about how it relates to you. This card keeps wanting to come out. Stickball. Five of Wands. Yeah, competition. Oh, get out of here. Riff raff. Get out of here. Straight rat. I don't buy that. I don't buy that, because my pentacles are invested in this divine counterpart, not in karmic anymore. So somebody is making a withdrawal, closing a bank account where they are not, where there's no trust, where fidelity was not honored, where loyalty was not given, provided, reciprocated, and they are opening a new bank account, opening a new trust. 401k could be important here for whatever reason. All right, I hope there was something in here for you. Until next time, I wish you well.